Someone once said to me that leaders who don't listen well will eventually be surrounded by people who have nothing to say. Perhaps the greatest skill in starting and continuing and enabling a conversation is a humble skill. It's the skill of being able to listen extensively to what is happening in the room. And it starts by posturing yourself in a very different way to the very art of listening. Without this quality in a room, you will find that three things, amongst many other things, will happen. Firstly, people will listen just to respond rather than listen just to listen. In other words, people will stop listening because they're interested in what someone has to say, or listening to gain some further insight, or listening to gain some understanding as to someone else's position, and they'll start just listening to respond with a better solution or a better idea or something they already have in their head. Without listening in this kind of way, people will ask really banal yes-no answer questions, rather than asking the kind of curious questions which elicit the kind of responses which enable great conversations. How did that happen? Why do you think that? What would happen if you did this? Without listening in this kind of way, people tend to use the word but more than they ever use the word and. And but is a really destructive word in any conversation. You see, the moment that you use the word but, it invalidates almost everything that came before that word. Yeah, I hear what you're saying, but I understand your point of view, but what if we were to replace the word but with the word and? Which enfranchises the room, it enables that idea to be good, and it adds to it in a way that expands the conversation. My friend, learn to listen well. Learn to listen deeply. Learn to listen curiously before you ever respond and continue the conversation.